Good morning, my friends. I'm just gonna sit. Oh, that doesn't work, does it? See what to do about that. Maybe I'll sit that there. I'm just gonna wait for some friends to join us on this fine Friday morning. Let's make sure my Wi-Fi is off. Yeah, good, because otherwise I always have, when I'm on Wi-Fi, I always have issues. It is the weirdest, strangest thing on the face of the planet. So I would really love to hear, as you are coming on in, what are you guys celebrating today? What is happening in your world? How has your week been? I'm just really excited to hear what's going on for you. Hello, Maria. How are you? Happy Thursday night. What's happening in your part of the world? You guys surviving? I feel like are you in California? I'm trying to remember where you are in the world. So, anywho, what are you celebrating? What are we all celebrating? What's going on? How are things happening? Have you had an amazing week? I've had a really amazing week. I've actually had a really, really amazing week. This week, I've been following my intuition, just in case you couldn't see what was layered all over my shirt today. Really amazing week. It's been a week of a lot of kind of bring that in there, like a lot of affirmation, a lot of confirmations. My husband's trying to ring me. Dude, I'm on a live. You can't talk to me right now. Unless he's bringing me coffee, and then that's maybe I can, no, I'm not going to hang up on you guys. Really, really amazing week. You know, it's really interesting because, you know, we shouldn't, in quotes, as we move on in our businesses and in our marketing and in our worlds and in our lives, you know, we kind of need affirmation and confirmation. I feel like we need affirmation and confirmation almost like less and less, but it's still really nice when you get it, when it all kind of comes through and it all sort of happens. So it's been a really, really great week. I've had clients achieve the most insane and awesome results this week. It's such a, you know, I know that you guys probably see this with your people as well, but it's kind of like, I love seeing their results as much as I love seeing my own. You know, I think that it's a really cool thing. So anyway, that's that. So what I did want to talk with you about today, as you're coming in, is this whole concept, I think, of what I've seen playing out in the industry over the years, and I think it's a little bit shit. And that is where people, some coaches, some mentors will purposefully hold back on different things with the like in terms of how to help their people, with the reasoning that they are, well, you know, I've got to make sure that they buy the next thing. I've got to make sure that they upgrade into the next thing. I've got to make sure that this and that. I think it's a whole crock of shit, actually. I do believe that for every problem solved, there is a new problem that arises, right? So let's play out for a minute. Like when you're a startup business and you're like, oh my God, you know, I just want to start making money. And then you start making money and you're like, then you kind of shift the goalposts. And you're like, all right, well, you know, I really want to know how to make $10,000 a month. And then you'll start doing that, and then you've probably got this problem if it follows the pathway of my pathway, which was I had no money and no clients, and then I had money and clients, but I had no time, right? I was booked out, I had all one-on-one people, it was really insane. But I'd kind of created this income ceiling for myself because I'd sold all of my time, which, you know, was fun because I was helping people and whatever, but I didn't have a way of then being able to kind of like level up my income again. So I had a new problem that I needed to solve, and that was, how do I make more money without doing more one-on-one work? And so I started to leverage into doing more 8-week programs and things like that, and that was great. But I was doing all of the sales calls, right? I'm talking about dialing 80 phone numbers, sometimes up to 80 phone numbers a day. It's fucking exhausting. Don't ever do. I mean, you can do what you like. That is no longer aligned for me to do things in that way. Nor to, like, I teach how to make sales over the phone, but I do not advocate for people, being on the phone all day, every day. I think we've got better things to be doing with our time. And I actually think there's better ways of connecting with people and making sales and things like that. So that's just my opinion. So I had this issue where I was like, I had all of these people, I had all of this time that I was spending on the phone, and I was like, there's got to be a fucking better way. Because the next problem was that my family was suffering. They weren't suffering, but I wasn't getting to spend as much time with them as what I wanted. And so then the next problem that arose was, all right, well, how do I maintain the same income or similar income and still be able to get more time back, right? So the problem that I had was not enough freaking time. So then I worked out how to, with hiring different mentors and stuff, worked out different ways of being able to bring people in, and that was great. But then the next problem that you have, like once you've done that and you're making all of this money, is like some people have a tax issue, right? So it's like, oh my God, like I've got to deal with that. And then you've got the issue of staff and team and so on and so forth. So I do believe that with every problem solved, there is a new set of problems or issues or things that you then need to solve, right? And that's true for everyone that I've ever met. But I think that the thing is that there is absolutely zero reason why we should, as leaders, as coaches, as mentors, as trainers, we should never, ever, ever hold back on the things that are going to really help transform our people because we want to get them to buy something else, right? So what I mean by that is, like, if I'm teaching a program on how to build funnels, so if I just finished running my program Funnelicious at the moment, and so you can't buy it, it's done, but I've just run my program Funnelicious, and I'm like, you need this, and you need this, and you need this, and you need this. Like, I'm not going to hold back on something because I want to make sure that they're going to buy into the next thing. I'm not going to hold back on the stuff that they need if it's appropriate for that program. But what I've seen a lot of people and heard a lot of people do is like, oh, I can't tell them that because then they won't buy the next thing or, whatever. And I guess this is where I'm just like, give them as much as you can. Give them as much as you humanly possibly can. And then if they want to work with you continuously, then they'll do it because they want to, not because they've been kind of like almost like manipulated into it. So I think that that's a really important distinction. Give them as much as you can. And then you've got people like Kellyanne, who I'm working with again at the moment. She started working with me in 2014 and, she got everything and then went off and did some stuff, and now she's back in the fold, right? So she's working with me again, and we're doing amazing things, or she's doing amazing things, and, it's just a whole lot of fun. And she's not back because I held back on her or that she needs more information, right? And she just wants to work with me, which I'm very touched and very blessed to feel like that. So I think there's that. And the title of today's coffee run is Reason, Season, Lifetime. And I believe that there are people who will come and work with you, who will come to you for a reason or a season or a lifetime. I've got clients who I've been working with now for coming up like over 6 years, which is just, it's unheard of almost in the marketing industry. To have someone in that. And I think that part of the reason for that is that they're just the kinds of people that recognize that I'm always growing so that they're always growing and things like that, right? So if you're on that pathway, then there's, then your people are probably going to hang around. Some people like friends, there'll be friends that come into your world for a reason, and that might happen over, you might be friends with them for 6 months, a year, or whatever, and if they kind of fall out of your reality, there's a couple of reasons why this might be. And it could just be that maybe they were a for a reason friend, right? Or for a season friend. Another thing might be that they, you know, maybe there was something for you to learn from that experience, maybe in how to be a better friend, or how to develop better boundaries, or, you know, something like that that was really kind of insightful. So I think it's really interesting when you, you know, when you're looking at the different kinds of experiences that you have. And I know it's really disappointing when clients leave, and it always breaks my heart. It always has, when they're like, you know what, I'm good. I'm really happy to go. And I'm like, oh, okay. You know, but it's not about me, right? Like, my job, the way I see my job and the way that I see your job is to show up, to do the things that you need to do, and provide a reason for people to stay for a reason or a season or a lifetime, but without holding back. And the secret to making this stuff happen, the secret to bringing more people in, the secret to retaining your people is to you being you fully showing up as who you are, and coming from that place of absolute certainty that you know that there'll be some people that stay for a while, and there'll be some people that just kind of flit in and flit out, and there'll be other people that are going to hang around. Your job is to keep showing up so that these people have the ability to come into your world, right? And you do that through putting out different program offers. You put that, you make that happen through putting out different posts, different blogs, different pieces of content, different live stream topics, you know, ways of people being able to go, oh my God, that was exactly what I needed to hear today. And then that can be the reason that they connect with you, that they reach out to you, and that they then either work with you or don't. But just know that every single little interaction that you have with somebody is really, really powerful and is actually really important. So you've got to keep stepping up. You've got to keep stepping into your spotlight. You've got to keep being visible, because you just don't know. Hey, Joe, you just don't know what piece of content, what piece of writing, what photo, what image, what video is going to have people go like, oh my God, yes, you are the person. You are the very person I've been looking for. You are the exact person that I've been waiting for. And then, you know, the rest, as they say, is history. So reason, season, lifetime. Make sure that people know that that you are available for all of those things. That it's not just about saying, hey, you can only work with me for like 5 years, because not everybody wants that. Some people just want to be able to come in and come out. Give people options and trust the process. All right. So we've got the, before I wrap up, we've got the Soar Collective open and ready in case you, I don't know how you could possibly have missed me talking about the Soar Collective. I am so excited about it. We start on Monday. Pre-work is sitting there waiting for you, ready to go. The link is in the comments there. That's you, me, and a group of other badasses together for the next 3 months, stepping into the next level you, which, you know, what better time than now to do that? Like I said, reason, season, lifetime. So get on that if you're curious about that, and if you've got questions about it, make sure that you hit me up. Let me know. I'd love to answer them for you. Otherwise, what do you need to do? You know what you need to do. You need to get out there, go help some people, have a whole ton of fun doing it, and remember that the world is ready for your brand of awesomeness. I will see you on Monday, if not before. Mwah! Goodbye, my friends.